So today, before we start the topic, I will, just recap what we did last in our previous class. So we created, object. With the help of object, we have called our all this method, right? So this any method like I think Parvati did very well, and I was expected from others as well, but I didn't see anyway. Not an issue. So today we'll cover a very important concept called static and non-static method. Okay, so let me create one class. So the first thing I will cover non-static, then we'll switch to static. Non-static concept. Okay, this is I'm just creating a class. Now I'm saying public static void main string args. Okay, so this is our main method. Now I will create few method. Okay, so let me create few method. So the very first method I will create like public void QA, for example, or PQR. This is one method. Okay, one more method I will create public void public void test. You can give any name. Another method called public void divisions. So far I have created this three method. Let me take this here. So this is one method, public void test. This is another method, PQR, and this is another method, divisions. Okay. So let me create one more method. So this is our main method, right? This is our main method. This is also a method. It's a main method. Second, this is another our method, and this is our third method. And let me create one more method, public void QA. So in our previous class, we have covered how to get the value from the method. We need to create an object in main method, right? So when we create an object and we call this method, that time only we can see the output, right? Without creating object, we can't get the output, right, from all this method, whatever. So this is called non-static method. So wherever you can see this void, so simply these are the non-static method. Okay, non-static method means it will not give you any return value. Okay, it will not return anything. No return. Okay. This is no return means it will not return any value. Okay, So there are two things. Okay, one is a static, one is a non-static. So in here you can see, right, public static void method. So this is our main method. To get any output, we have to create the main method. Then only we can access all the class or methods, right? But to access these methods, we need to create objects. So now we'll see, without creating a object, right, how we can call this method. Okay, so that we'll cover. So now if I say this is one public void, method, and I'm saying, let's say system.out.println. Okay, and I'm just giving test method. Just I'm simply giving the output as system.out.println. This is, I'm saying, uh, pqr method. Okay, same. I will just, now what I will do, I will write int a equal to 10. Okay, int b equal to 20. Now I am saying int c equal to a plus b, right? That means 10 plus 20, I should get the value of c is 30, right? So if I see write return, okay, return which c. So I need a value of c, right? You can see there is a error, right? So what it's mentioned, mm, cannot return a value from a method with void result types. That means if any method has a void, it's a void means what? Void means it does not return any value. Does not return any value, right? So to get the value, obviously we have to create an object, right? Otherwise we can't call this method and we'll can't get the value of c. But I want, without creating an object, to get this value of c. So for that case, we have to use the data type. Okay, so what data type we have? These are the integer value, right? Int a 10, int b 20. Whatever you can see, this is a int, right? Data type. So instead of void, we'll use int. Now see, the return is not there, right? So it's automatically removed. That means if you want any value should return from the method, okay, so in that case you have to use the type of the data types, whatever is there. For example, here you can see int, so we are using int. Okay, so now another example we'll check. Okay, uh, now this is a QA. Now I'm saying public dot public okay, this is system.out.println, and I'm saying QA method. For example, I'm writing, and I am saying string s equal to, I should say, software, for example. So I want to access a string data types and all, and I am again writing return. Return what? Return s, right? Because we have created the uh, reference variable for that, and we are just saying I need to return. Again we are getting the error, right? The same error. like cannot return a value from a method with void. That means wherever you create a method with a void, you can't return uh, the value. Okay, to get the value without creating an object, then you have to change this void to the data type. So now this is, if I even write a string, okay, it will again, it will give error because this data type is not an integer value, right? This is a string value. So if I just simply write string, now you can see, right, there is no error. That means this is a string type and we are returning the value for a string, right? That's why the error is not there. So let's do other also. For example, this is the test, right? Go to test. So test method, see, very simple thing, okay, means wherever you have a void, okay, no input and no out output. No input, no output. Obviously, we are not putting any input here and we are not expecting any output, right? Now, if you say this one, PQR, there is, what is happening? There is no input, but some output. So some output we are getting the, the value of A plus B. So some output we are getting. Now, if I go to this method, even here also some output, right, we are getting. So we are getting the output like the return of a string value, right, S. So that means I should get software, whatever the value is in within the double quote, right? This is one. And now do this one. So I am saying system.out.println and I'm saying division method. Okay, I'm just writing. Now I'm saying int d, okay, equal to x by x divided by y, but we have not mentioned where is x and y, right? So this is the within the this bracket, this is we'll do, parameterize. So we will do one in one map. So for x we'll write int x, okay, this is what, and I will write this y. So this is one to one mapping. So for any integer value, if you are within this bracket we are using, so you are right now, this is y and this is, this way also you can declare, okay, you can declare. So now I'm just writing, okay, this is called declaration. So I have not given any value, right? I just declare what are the my, data type would be, this is integer x and integer y. So I am not, you know this is just, I have just written, I have not declared, initialize, not initialize, only declared. Okay, so this is called the declared, but not initialize. So now this is, what I should get, I will again use the keyword. This is keyword. So always remember the keyword will be always in lower case. Okay. So I need return of D. Now see, again I am getting error, right? Cannot return a value from a method with a void. That means this void cannot return this value. To return this value, what I have to put, this is the integer value, right? Whatever you can see, these are the integer. So I have to put int, right? So this is the integer, right? Integer. Now you can see there is no error. Okay, so this is what is called, this is input parameters. The two lines whatever you are saying, this is called actually input parameters or the argument. Okay, So far, any question, any confusion you have? Voice is not audible. Not audible. I think network issue. Okay, you can ask later if you have.
Now you can hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you, Raghu.
Okay. So I have a couple of questions here. Okay.
Hmm.
I cannot see it. Okay. One second. The screen is opening. Okay. The first question is you said right, integer and string. Okay. We can
Hmm.
add both integer and string in one. Is what in public why in sub
Uh,
method.
See, first thing, you can put the value here. Like if I say string I
Mm.
equal to some amount, something
Yeah.
test. See, you can write, but the thing you are returning the value. So you will call that particular method like the object, right? Whatever the reference variable you have created. So you can even return, suppose I, you want to return I. It will not work because you have to choose any one. Either you can put a string so that you can cover the string thing, but you can't do the combination. Okay, you can't put like integer and you are doing all this string. That will also not work. And the mixing with the int value and integer, because anyway you can return only one data type at a once. Okay, multiple will not allow.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's why I have segregated different one is string class, one is a integer, right? So this is what, because it will get confused, because int value whatever is there, so I am creating a different method for int value. Same for goes for a string, and this is uh, same for integer.
Okay, and second thing,
Hmm.
coming to that integer second one, you said right now input, no input and only output. Whatever this
Yeah.
a equal to 10, b equal to 20, this all input only, right?
So, no input in the sense, I mean to say, see, this is the, integer, okay, this is the integer value. So, this is a fix. We are not initialize this value. So, for example, for if I do 30, now what is the value of B? Is it 20 or 30? What should I get? The value of B. Can you tell me? See,
20
earlier
only,
it was
20 only because integer you
no,
mentioned in
no,
the 20.
not 20. So, see, the initial it was 20. Now I increase the value. Okay. So I increase the value by 10. So it become now 30. If I print, I want, so I will get the value 30 because I increase by 10, right? So because if I write this way, int b equal to 10, I should get a error, right? Because I cannot use same this value, duplicate value. I'm getting error for this, but here I'm not getting any error, right? Because I am just increase 10 for this b. So I am not putting any value. It's just a static thing. Whatever is there, I'm just writing. That's why some output you are getting a plus b. Okay, we are not initializing any value, so we are just whatever is there default we are doing. So just don't read about this, it will get confused. Just simply you go with some output you are getting with the help of void integer value. This is called the static. Okay, this is a static because whenever you return, use the return keyword, and without creating object, you can call, this is only the way to call that particular method without creating object. So, and here you do not have any choice, because in void you can't use a return keyword. Return keyword will give you the value, right? Now if you want to get this value, for example, obviously what you will do, we will go and create an object and we'll call this method, then only you will get the value, right? So simply just try to understand, to get the value, if someone will ask like without creating an object, can you call the method? Yes, we can call. So what for that we have to, we can't use a void. Okay, instead of void we will have to, based on the data type, you have to give, okay, like if it's a string or return, whatever is there, integer value or any value. So this is what, and this is, you are clear right with these things, int x, int y. So this is the argumental or parameter. So this is, these are the input parameters. Okay, so whatever you are putting here, same thing it will map with this one to one mapping. So now I cannot say this is a. If I say a, it will obviously give error because there is nothing a, right?
No, Makan, how you are going to add values here? You
Yeah,
can
that
say,
I will. I am not going to add here. Okay, I will show you that thing. We just declared, initialized, not declared. So let me continue with that. I will tell you how. Okay,
okay,
so few things I am just writing for you for understanding. So when I say void, void means does not return. Okay, does not return any value. This is void. When I say return type, okay, so now return type, return type, whenever say type, so return type, this is the return, right? That whenever you put use this return, that means it will return some value. Okay, now I will do the other things. Now let's come to the main object, main class. So this is our main class. So let me create an object. Okay, so this is how to create object, the class name. Then I will just say obj. You can put a, you can give any name. Now what, how to create an object? Using
add new.
new,
Okay, again,
this, right?
yeah,
So this is, remember, this is a object. Okay, new object, creating new. This is not a left hand side, not a object. Right hand side only, this is object. Okay, now see the difference. Okay, so this is, I have created object. So obviously when I said for static method, we do not need to create object, right? So we can call this, all this static method using the class name. Okay, with the help of class name itself we can call. Now let's call this class. So I'm saying object. Okay, dot. So division, right? I can in call division, but there is no use, right? I will just ignore for right now. Whatever the static, non-static method we have, we'll call first. So I am just calling test, right? So this will call test method. Okay, now again I am saying, I'm just initializing something. Okay, so int I, I'm saying int I equal to, okay, obj, the object which you have created, and we are calling pqr. Now p, where is a pqr? This is a pqr, right? So we are, see this object we have created. Okay, first time we have created with the same object we are calling now the pqr. Okay, so now let me just write, then I will explain. System.out.println. So now I need the value of I, right? I is referring to this method pqr. Now I will just simply write I. Okay, now another object dot PQR. Okay. Now int m equal to object dot pqr and system dot out. Now I will say m. Okay. Again I will say object dot qa and another int div equal to object dot division. So we have a method called division. Now here we will increase the value. Okay, so you can see int x and int y. So it is asking what is the value of int. I say 30 and it is again asking what is the value of y. I am saying 10. Okay, now I am saying system.out.println and we have created this reference variable, right, for this. So now this is referring to this class, right? Okay, now let's run and then I will explain. So for first time I'm running. Okay. So the first is test method. Obviously, this is the object we have created test method, right? Object dot test method, and we have created. So, and this is PQR method. PQR method is this one is PQR method. So PQR method, I'm getting PQR method output. Okay, now the 30. How it came 30? Now this is the 30, right? So for 30 we have created this method, but we have not declared any value, right? We just said I need the value of this uh, d, right? So I am getting, you know, this is the value, okay? 30 minus, so it is dividing like, 30 divided 10. But let me check why 10 minus d is 30. uh, 1 second, this is x. Yeah, this is correct only. Now pqr method, again you see these are the pqr method. So this is pqr method, again pqr method is calling. Now what is the difference? Okay, now I will tell you the difference. Suppose I'm just removing this all, whatever I created. Now I said without creating object we can call this, right? We can call this static methods. So for that obviously I will just I will write class name, let- and I will say object, and I'm saying new object, new this. Now if I so I can call this method pqr method dot test method dot division method. So these are, 1 second. So division method I cannot directly call, right? So I'm saying 300 int, sorry, not int, 300 comma 100. Let's run. So what we should get now, see. So we are simply getting this right now. So there is a difference, right? So we are just getting the out whatever the we have written in system test, QA. Suppose this is a QA method, PQR method, test method, and division method. But we are not getting any value, right? Means whatever return type, nothing we are getting. So to get a return type, whatever this is we have written. So we have to say this is the int, right? First, and we'll create reference variable for this. Then equal to, and we'll say this. Okay. So this is how we can initialize the value. Now we are saying system.out.println, and the div you have to do. Okay. Now if I call, I will get the value of 300 divided 100. Let's run. See, it is giving 3, right? So we can do this calculation here also, but for that obviously we have to create a method, then we have to call, right? But this is one way. You just declared here. Okay, you have just uh, declared whatever the data type you are putting, and you are not initialize the value. Let me remove this. Now here only you are initializing the value, like I want this and this. That's how. Same thing, same value. You can just, let me do one more thing. So see, you can't create same object, right? You can't call because it's already there. Again, if you want to do the initialize, again you have to change to this, and now you can do. But this is not a good practice, right? So that we can do here, right? Every time, like whatever the value you are just declare, we have to clear, here only you can do the changes. So every time you do not need to create a object and call this method. So here itself, once you just declare initialize, you can change here while calling the method. Okay, so this is one thing. And now I will tell one more thing. So far you understand what does it mean and why we create this return. So now you may have a question, what about this return is not coming, right? Obviously for that what we have to do, what is this? This is for division, right? No, division we got. Now this is for PQR. So this is the PQR. For this PQR, to get the output, what we have to do? We have to say this is PQR, and we will do this one. For example, uh, int m. I'm putting any name. You can put obj dot pqr. So you are just declaring, and you will now call it system.out.println. You will just, this variable we will just call. Now simply you will get the return. So now you can see, right, the 3 is coming. This is not, so the basic thing about the non-static means I just wanted to tell you. We have seen in previous class like void, and we are not getting anything, right? So we have to call that particular method and see to get the return. So here this is called static method. So in static method you can do whatever the program you want to write, and the same thing if you want to run it, you can just call that method and you will get it. So far, any question? So
So
I will.
Makhan, how so,
Hmm, yeah.
where exactly will be using this static methods?
So see, static method. You call the benefit of the static method. You can call by the class name. Okay. So that's the thing. So suppose, for example, this is the class name. Okay. So just wait. I will write another program where I will show you. So how, like, let me run that program so you will have a clarity. So I am saying static and non-static concept. Okay. Now I'm writing. So this is what. So I'm giving some string, for example, name. Okay. I'm saying John. Now another string I'm saying int age equal to 25. Okay. So this is a string value, right? And this is obviously non-static, right? This is, I'm saying, non-static. Okay, this is non-static variable. And if I just write static int age, then it will become static, right? Because the keyword you use static. So this is a static variable. Let me write
Yeah,
and then I will
and
tell you.
and also the difference between the normal variable and static variable is
Yeah,
it's like directly we can define under the class.
yeah. I will let me write this program and let me run. Then
Okay,
I will explain. Okay.
sure.
So I am just given. Okay, this is my class. Start from here, and this is the variable. So these I will make as a global variable. Okay. So this thing will cover later. What is global variable? This is the global variable. Okay, global variable, and the scope of global variable across all the functions with same class. Okay, that means within the class it has access. Okay, can you go on mute, someone, please? Okay, now I'm saying public public static void main s string args. Okay, this is, I'm saying, this is my main method, right? But I have mentioned here, that means within the class I have mentioned, but not under the main method. That means this is a global. And if the same thing, if I just put here, this will become local. So now let it be global. Now what I am trying to do, first thing I will show you how to call static and static, method or variable, whatever variable. Okay, the thing, the two way you can call, the method, call the static method directly, directly calling. Okay, the like directly you can call, and another way you can call by class name. That also will cover. So I'm just writing directly you can call, or with the help of class name we can call it. Okay, now I will create method. Okay, for example, let's take one example. This is my main method. Now I'm creating example, public void send email. So this is my one method. Okay, now I'm saying just system.out.println. Now I'm saying please send email. Okay, method. This is one method, and I'm writing another method, public static void sum. Okay. So I have created this two method. Now what I'm going to do, I will just, this is my class name. Okay, when I just, you know so I can get sum. Okay, this is one method which I have. So I'm this just, without creating object, we are just calling, okay, one method. Now another thing I will do, let's take like, one second, directly calling, right? So I'm saying sum. So sum is this one, and I'm just, let me write sum now statement, sum method. Okay, this is one and this is one, two method. Now directly you can call that method. Okay, this is one way, without creating object you can directly call this method, and another way is with the help of a class name also you can call. So I'm just calling this one. Also this is another way how to call non-static methods or variable. Now what I am saying, obviously for that what you have to do, you have to create object. This is my, I'm just creating object, and I'm saying obj equal to new, this one. Now I'm saying obj dot, so I can call this method email, right? Email, this is one, and I'm saying system dot out dot println, and I'm saying obj dot name. Okay, so that means then this name is, it will call this John, right? Whatever you are writing, John or whatever name. Now this is where we, so this is the variable, like this is a global variable, it is not under any of this method. So it is just a variable we are calling using the static and non-static way. So now let me do one more thing. static way, this send email. Okay, one more thing, can I access, okay, static method by using object reference? Do you have any answer? Like obj dot, obviously I'm creating this, right? So for example, we have already we have seen by creating object we have call, right, this method. So we can call any static method by using object reference, but that is not the good practice, because you can do, but it will give you pop up, okay, and it's not recommended to do. So now you can see this is some, right? I just call without creating an object. So what I did, I just call this one. Okay. So this is one way I have created, and these are the global variables I have declared. So it's not declared within any method or any class, within this class only, but not under any method. So I am accessing this all this global variable by directly calling that method. Okay, now you can see this is, I have created one more to call the non-static method. So this is object dot send, and this is, so basically the difference is of what you say, this thing, static method can, on the there is a two things. Okay, static method can access only static member. Okay, but you cannot access non-static member. Okay, static method can only access a static member, but not non-static member. But a non-static member can access both the thing. Okay, so this is, you have seen the how to use the use of return keyword. By the help of return, how to create, how to call these methods and all. So this is we have seen so far. Any question? Ravi, you want to add something on this?
Yeah, sure. So what was the question?
No, like the use of static and non-static method. So I think Preeti has one question, right? Where you will use, or I didn't get that. Can you repeat that question?
Yeah, Makhan. So it was like where exactly we can use the static methods. So as you explained, it's good enough that we need not to create any object for static methods,
Yeah,
and for non-static we need an object
yeah.
to create and call the method.
So this is
That's
the thing actually in Selenium. Okay, in Selenium, it's a very it's a very
useful.
important thing. Yeah, in Selenium, or in terms of automation, obviously you need this thing. This logic needs to be very clear.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will get stuck. Okay, so the use. So I basically wanted to know, like, void. Why void? Without void, what is the use of void, and what is the use of this int or string, any kind of. And also I covered parameterized way, so we can, this is called
Return
initialize.
type.
Now this division method, right, this is called initial, sorry, my spelling is not correct. Okay, initializing. Okay, but we are not declaring, we are declaring, not initializing, sorry, we are just declaring. Means I have declared these variables, or data types, or value I didn't get. So when you put the value, that means you have you know initialize and all, right? So far we have just declared. So that also we have seen how to declare, how to use the parameterized value by using this uh, int x, int y, and the same thing we can just call this one. Any question? I'll ping you this code so you can do practice and you can go for other things. Raghu, do you have any question?
Makhan, I have a question on OPS. Okay, last week we covered, right? OPS. So in
Yeah.
while creating object now,
Hmm.
so we are using the name same name in first and last side. Example, if you see non-static concept, yeah, this is a name. Again, you're creating object, any name you're giving. Class, first you're adding class, then
Hmm.
you're giving a name, okay, new name. Then you're adding new, okay, that is Java. Then again we are adding that static concept. So if I'm adding anything different name here, it won't take. Why?
Mm, obviously. So whenever you are creating an object, for example, are you talking about this name? Any other name?
Yeah, the non-static concept first and end with non-stop, both are same, right? So if I
Okay.
want to change in after new, if I want to add any new name, it won't take. Why? My question.
Okay. So I told right. This is the you are creating object. This right hand side you can't do any changes because you are creating object for that particular class, right? Any program you write, it should be within the class, right? So you are saying I want to create an object for that particular class. So you are referring this
But
class. That's
already we
why
declared class, right? Starting only.
where you are saying this one.
Yeah, that is a class one, right? First one, non-static
Yeah.
concept.
No, this is you created a class, right? Now, see, this is a syntax. Okay. Now, to create a new object, what is the syntax? First, write the class name, then put your reference or any name, and after that, that the same class name, it's an object. So, right hand side, it's an object, and this is a syntax. So now, if I do any changes, if I want to put
Give
like
error.
this, yeah, it will give error obviously because it can't create object because this is it will see this is like cannot resolve symbol anyway, and if you see this error, so this is they are saying do you want to create this kind of class,
Class, okay.
create a class of this. So obviously whenever we create an object we refer to the particular class.
So that means always it will show same name, right? First
Yeah,
and
it
last.
should be always same name.
Okay.
This is the
Raghu,
syntax.
no,
Yeah.
Raghu, I think I'll tell you the one thing this. So there are two concepts over there, Raghu. First is the first non-static concept object till that. Okay, there is one concept. Then new is new. Then the non-static concept with the round bracket is a different concept. So how I'll tell you how does it work. Okay. So Makhan, can you do one thing? Uh, can you put semicolon after obj? Enter.
Enter.
Okay, write obj. Obj. Okay. So now this is the concept. Okay, this is the concept. The first is declaring the variable and second is initializing the variable. Okay. Now just on the top of non-static object, I mean wherever we created the declare the variable of this non-static, can you declare a variable of int over there on the top of it? Just on the top, very first line in public method. Yes, very first line, down.
Okay. Here,
Yeah,
what I
create
told.
int a semicolon. Okay, a equal to 10. Okay guys, now you observe just after creating the object, give one more space so it will be clear. From there, third line obj equal to new static concept. After that, just enter. Okay. Now just check, Raghu, the first int a equal to, sorry, int a non-static concept object a. Then
Okay.
second a equal to 10, obj equal to new static concept 10, new static concept. So both are similar, there is nothing different, both are similar. So in the first what are we doing, we are initializing, we are just declaring the object, we are declaring the not object, actually we are declaring the instance variable. This is a variable, obj is object, obj is not object, obj is a variable. Okay,
Right.
that is the first thing. And what kind of variable is that? The variable is of non-static concept, that is a class type variable.
Okay.
Similarly, on the top we have a variable that is a type of int type. Data type of a is int, and data type of obj is non-static concept, that is class type. Got it? Is it clear till now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got it.
Okay.
So that
Then
means that OBJ is a variable, right? That is
obj
what
is a variable. Yes,
variable.
obj
Yeah.
is a variable. Okay, obj is variable. Now in the second line, leave that obj after equal to, new. New is nothing but new is a concept of Java which create the object.
Correct.
With new keyword or new operator only we can create the object. There is no other way to create the object, only new. Got it? So new is something which create the object. Then what is this non-static concept around brackets? This is a constructor of that class. What class? Non-static concept object. That is a constructor of it. And constructor we are going to cover in, I think tomorrow definitely I'll cover constructor.
Yeah. See, last time also you said okay.
Yeah,
We're going to
tomorrow
cover.
I'll
Yeah.
okay. Tomorrow I'll
That is
definitely
a big confusion
No,
for me
yeah,
and
no.
for others. But,
The thing is, he wanted to cover it, but I thought this is very important to know static and non-static. That's why I,
yeah, yeah.